Hello once again. This is the second part of mechanics. In the previous segment, we talked about capitalization rules, and you even had an exercise for such. So, how did you fare in the drill? Right now, we're going to talk about another aspect of mechanics, which is um, I think, based on my observation, one of the most difficult parts to master: abbreviation. We love shortcuts. We use shortcuts when we chat with someone online, and sometimes, though it's improper, we also love using shortcuts via email. So, this is what we're going to talk about: the standard shortened forms of certain words or phrases. It's okay to take shortcuts as long as they're widely recognized by the global English writing or speaking community. Abbreviations, however, should be used for the right reasons. We don't use abbreviations because we're lazy to write the whole word, okay? We only use abbreviations. One of the right reasons is to simply save ink and space. Abbreviations are appropriate for technical writing like researches, lists, addresses, bibliographies, or informal writing, especially informal writing. Here are some social titles which can be abbreviated. For Mr., believe it or not, we can actually pluralize the shortened form of Mr. also. You may be wondering why these are spelled the way they are. These titles are derived from other languages like French and Latin, and it is through these derivatives that the abbreviations are formed. Mrs. or MME. I could tell from the abbreviation that it's derived from Madame. Okay, so on and so forth. Abbreviations of titles after a name begin with a capital letter and end with a period. Common titles that come after names are junior and senior. Yes, it's proper to put commas after the name before writing the title, and then another comma after the abbreviated name extension. So in this case, the name is Ricardo Flores, comma, the title, the abbreviated title, junior, and then the period, and then comma. Academic degrees can also be abbreviated. BA or AB, Bachelor of Arts, BS or SB, Bachelor of Science. Geographical terms can also be shortened. The list is extensive. If you want a more exhaustive list, just Google them. They can be found on any part of the internet nowadays, but please be careful when scouting for sources. If you really want something reliable, use the source material, the hard copy that I'm using, which is Forlini 2005. If you live in the Americas, you would want to know the abbreviation for each state there. We have 50 states in America, and you may want to know the shortened form for each. Now, the abbreviation of each state has two types. We have the traditional abbreviation. For instance, California, it's spelled as Calif, and then the Postal Service abbreviation, the one that is found on envelopes, is CA. In addition to that, however, also we also use the Postal Service abbreviation in APA referencing. Clock time, AM and PM. Okay, first, aside from the AM and PM, we have seconds, minutes, hours, and then the days of the week. So this is how we abbreviate them. So we use a period after each. You may be wondering why we have AMs and PMs. Oh yeah, before we go to that, let me emphasize too that these abbreviations also use periods. Okay? AM means ante-meridiem, PM post-meridiem. Historical dates, BC and AD. BC refers to before Christ and AD anno Domini, or in the year of the Lord. These are the abbreviations we find in historical accounts. Traditional measurements like inches, feet, etc. For non-metrical measurements or traditional measurements, we use small letters with periods. However, for metric measurements, we also use small letters but without the periods this time. Exceptions are liter and Celsius. For liter and Celsius, we capitalize them, as you can see here on the slide. Let's be consistent. If we want to spell out the number, we should also spell out completely the unit of measurement. Okay? Do not follow the inconsistent form as shown below. We have the spelled out 3 and then the abbreviated letter that's improper. For Latin expressions, we use small letters with periods too, as you can see here. Now, if we're writing formal English, it's better to write them completely in English as well. Business abbreviations use capital letters followed by a period. For acronyms that are pronounced as if they're already words, need not use any periods, though they all have to be spelled in uppercase, as you can see here. To test your abbreviation skills, please accomplish the following exercises. Just click, or if you're not accessing the PowerPoint directly, just type in the corresponding links and they will lead you to the exercises. Stay tuned for the next segment on mechanics.